this is kind of amazing, the idea of an alumni award for someone who raises cows is primarily what I do. I do have a farm in Vashon, and most of my job is taking care of cows, beautiful, beautiful Jersey cows. And we also make beautiful cheese and beautiful ice cream, and then once in a while I can write a book and so on. And hopefully I advance agriculture in a small way, and every day, little by little. But primarily I raise cows, which is not what this school is kind of known for. But I'm also kind of thrilled to stand up here and talk about things other than what is expected. I've loved taking risks all these many years since I left here. I attended Seattle Country Day School quite a while ago. It was 40 years ago that I graduated from here. So me and just a couple of us were here many, many years ago. We started on Capitol Hill at Temple de Hirsch. It was a much, much smaller school. And then we moved here the first year that was here. And we came and looked at this building before Lucille Beckman bought it. And it was really quite sketchy. It had been an alternative school for Seattle Public Schools. And we were very suspicious of it, and we kind of liked where we were on Capitol Hill. But we moved in, and then they hired this new teacher, who showed up in a lab coat, and we were extremely suspicious of her. And I think we were mostly just afraid of her, actually, because we had it very comfortable where we were on Capitol Hill. And remarkably, she is still teaching here, Dr. Olson. And I have very fond memories. And it was 40 years ago. It was kind of remarkable. I have tremendous respect for her for staying here and doing such a remarkable job for 4 decades. The teacher, though, that I want to mention tonight, as I'm standing here, is another one. Her name was Rosalie Romano McMahon. And do you remember her? Fabulous. So she taught here at that time. She taught English. I still know her through Facebook, actually. She's still a remarkable part of my life. I chat with her often. If I go out to do a book reading or speak, she is usually in the front row. She is my biggest fan after all these many years of being my English teacher. But she did something special while I was here for all of us in F group, E group, something. I think it was E and then F or something. And there were only 8 of us in the entire group at the time. What she did and what she made very clear to each of us in that small group was that we were important. She made it really clear that was true. She also made it clear that we were bright and that we were creative. And more importantly, I think that we had ideas that were valid and that she wanted to hear what those ideas were. And as I stand here many, many years later, it's shocking to me and actually rather sad that was unique and different and something that I didn't have in any other part of my life except here in this building. She created a very kind of safe place of encouragement for all of her students. I don't know if it was a different time in America or a different type of parenting, but that was not that common. And she conveyed that very distinctly, that we were important and that we had great ideas and we should speak up. I was very, very thankful to be here at that time and to learn that from her, and that carried me through the rest of my education. It created children that can thrive and that can do amazing things. And for that, I am extremely thankful. It has carried me for the last 40 years or so, 42 years. And I'm confident, as I've been wandering around here today, that continues at this school. That Lucille Beckman created an environment where teachers like Rosalie McMahon and Dr. O could be here, could teach, and could set those kinds of goals for students to be important. It's served me very well, even if I'm taking care of cows on a daily basis, which is kind of a lovely life. I do, as I was listening to Sally Jewell's video at the very beginning, I must add that I don't think it's done here anymore, but we also got in the car. We would get, Rosalie would trade classes with another teacher, and so we would have a couple of classes, and we would get in her like 1970 Volvo 122 station wagon, and the entire class fit in that Volvo. It was powder blue. It was really beautiful. And we would actually mostly just go to lunch. It wasn't, I don't know how she got it through Mrs. Beckman, but there was some basis for it, I'm sure. I can sort of remember the books that we read in that class. I can remember bits of Dr. O's curriculum and so on, but I could tell you every single restaurant we went to. I know what I had, and I missed those. And I ended up in the food business for many, many years, and it's possible that that's what did it. I'm not sure. We also went to the slaughterhouse, too, for some reason, to Oberto's slaughterhouse. And Dr. O would get still warm hearts, pig hearts for class that we would then take away. We could dissect them for science class. Sadly, there are no more slaughterhouses in the city of Seattle, so I doubt you do that anymore. But it was an important part. Thank you for inviting me here tonight. It's a thrill to be back here. I have not set foot in this building in many years. This room looks nearly identical, and does the original building. I'm very thrilled that this school is still continuing the same traditions that it had in the 70s when I was here. So thank you very much.